I told you I'd get the job done. I know you were kind of a little doubtful on it, but I got it done. I know. But Scotty Too Shoddy, we got him now. And then we got everything. You think it's over, Ray? You think this is over? Yeah, it's over. Oh, it's never over, Ray. I told you. What's happening? What's happening? I'm not coming alone. Get out of here. I'm not coming alone. Who are you coming with, huh? You'll find out. You'll find out soon, Red. This isn't over. Never over. I'm going to kick your ass.
Jason Way lays down the challenge, and Red Davis answers it. And that's happening tonight on Elite Breakout Wrestling, guys.
I wonder, like I said, he said he's not going to be alone, so I wonder who Jason is going to be bringing tonight. But you know what? That's later on tonight. Again, this is Charlie J.
Tommy Alta. And Perry Atlas.
And we are here to start off the night big with Caesar Anderson versus Mike Bishop in a singles competition. And you know what? Let me tell y'all something, guys. You check the tape, you know, and you know, someone like me is hardly ever wrong because, you know, Wright is my middle name. And it's just, but I have to say, I'm just, Caesar Anderson is just falling out of my graces. From what I've seen from him, couldn't close the job on that triple threat with Jaden, and he's gonna have to do something big for me to carry, if I'm being honest.
And Mike Bishop is a man that we've seen around here in EBW. He's got a bit of an attitude to him. He's not the nicest individual, but he is quite the prospect, and it's not going to be an easy return one-on-one contest for Caesar Anderson.
Well, we'll see, because you are, you're right, and you know, I haven't seen much of him, but that's still a big-ass man right there, so you still have to worry about that, because Caesar Anderson, he can't teach size, and Mike Bishop, looking pretty good, but he's got a challenge against a big boy like that.
Actually, Mike Bishop told me earlier that you can teach size, and that's how he got so tall. But either way, it's going to be different for Caesar Anderson.
But we'll see what we get here. We got these boys shooting the jab here. There we go.
Oh, okay, Mike Bishop. No respect there.
Very disrespectful.
I think it's respectful as you can be to show someone disrespect that's asking disrespect of you.
Look at that shoulder tackle. It's one thing to be, you know, competitive. It's another thing to just be a jerk, and that's what Mike Bishop was being there at the beginning of this matchup. And now Caesar Anderson's being a jerk in a different way, bullying him around physically, which is what we're supposed to do.
Caesar Anderson's showing that power.
Look at that strength from Caesar Anderson. He's trying to get him to the center.
All right,
you know, that was a little bit of a fast count, Vince.
You know, I've watched Bishop. I don't hate this young man myself, but he's gonna have to do a little bit to get the honor of being in my graces. So I'm hoping he does it right.
He's trying to take a timeout.
You know, I love this. He's just went up another notch in my belt.
You have a 10 count.
Playing the mind games at referee Vince.
Well, when you have a time
initiating the count.
When you have a timeout, then the 10 count doesn't. It's a timeout.
No, when you see referee
say Anderson needs to. What Anderson needs to do right now is not take the bait, and there he goes taking the bait.
That count reset to 0 as we got. And that's not smart, Anderson. That boy is built for tough, but he is not built for speed. And
you can't let your opponent get in your head.
Bishop is just. All right,
all that weight on his throat.
That's another notch in my belt right there.
Well, he's attacking the cardio right now, obviously, trying to slow down Mr. Anderson here. Not Mr. Anderson, but Caesar Anderson.
He's a Mr. Anderson.
He could be called Mr. Anderson, but not that one.
And
Caesar is, and again, there's just we had mentioned it, but Caesar is on a bit of a comeback tours from what I hear.
Yes, he is making his comeback. He's been on the show for a while from injuries and other things. I'm sure a lot of personal things. Oh, beautiful sidewalk slam.
I personally have seen Caesar Anderson getting some reps in, and that man can go.
What he is not doing it right now is Mike Bishop is taking center stage and the upper hand here.
Yeah, he's frequently out there training.
There he goes again, working the rope, and I'm glad to hear he's coming back. I will say that I'm not heartless. I'm glad anybody can make it back in this ring. But Mike Bishop, I don't think he's let up one bit.
Nope.
And see, he's baiting him. And I don't think Mike Bishop has not done anything amazing here. He's just messing with him.
There you go. He just
that was Referee does not.
But he grabbed the rope.
Yeah,
But he won.
Vince noticed the mistake and did not make the call.
Yeah, whatever the ref says goes.
And whatever he counts is 3.
But he didn't indicate to the timekeeper to ring the bell, so the match is still underway. And I mean, I think if you make a mistake like that and you notice it right away, you should, just try to correct it.
Exactly, you're at the referee's discretion, Charlie.
I guess we can just both agree that y'all are wrong, but either way, we're going to continue with this match as we have Mike Bishop proving to the both of you naysayers, like they say in something y'all don't watch, basketball, the ball don't lie, and Mike Bishop is proving it here, even though Vince might have to go back to a black shirt after that kind of call.
See, I think Bishop's making a mistake here, though. He needs to go for something big. He's got Anderson right where he wants him. He needs to try to take it home, get to the end of this match.
Well, my favorite basketball player is Tom Brady. Who's yours, Barry?
Oh man, I don't know much about any kind of balls or sports or anything like that, except for wrestling. That's the only thing I like. That's what I like with my breakfast, some wrestling.
Well, that's what we're here for. Some wrestling. Charlie.
It took you that long to tell me Tom Brady's your favorite basketball. You know what? This is why I really hope that, if there's a way to get, like when Michael Cole wrestled, if you can get in the ring with Mike Bishop, I'd like to see it be you in this hold right here as Mike Bishop is attacking that oxygen again, talking about cardio.
Well, my wrestling days are far behind me.
You can go out, maybe you can come out of retirement for one more move.
Caesar's trying to come out of this. Caesar's trying to come out from this rear headlock.
Caesar's drawing energy from the crowd, trying to get a comeback here.
As he should. He really needs the momentum right now. Mike Bishop was looking like he was going to close this match out. Standing suplex for Caesar Anderson. Wait, hang on. He said he's going to do some addition. It's a multiplying.
That's 2 right there.
That was at least 2 plexes.
And that's 3, the holy trifecta. What do you call that?
It's like if it was 3 suplexes that came together like as friends or something like that.
Yeah, 3 hombres.
There you go. Tres hombres.
Caesar wasting time trying to pander to the crowd. He needs to get on Mike Bishop.
Santon
rib cage right there.
There you go. That's
just a 2 count.
That's how you punctuate that combo right there.
You punctuated with a 3 count, and if he wasn't busy trying to pander over the 3 amigos, which I'll give you credit for that, son, that puts you at me grabbing the tools to make a notch. But still, if he wasn't trying to get the hype and try to get the win, maybe he could have
added damage. So I think it kind of balances itself out, honestly, because he added more damage. Then he goes for the pin. I think that's not a bad move.
And there you go, Vince.
Enough to put
there you go, Vince. Pulling Caesar Anderson away. Good call for the young referee, who I've always been proud of.
You're just talking about demoting him back to black shirt.
I didn't hear that. But I do see a black shirt coming at. Oh, Mike Bishop, I'm sorry. The wind escaped me for a second because
Caesar Anderson, he's got him in a bad spot. Right there, sat up in the corner.
And I think he might have hurt me because he's really trying to prove he's worthy of my
Charlie,
acceptance here.
You see something in the sky?
No.
It's a meteora!
Double knees to the sternum.
Let me tell you something right there. Some of you naysayers at home, big man like that don't gotta be fast. I'm gonna give you a scientific history lesson. When mass meets acceleration, it equals an equation. And I don't know what E equals MC squared means, but I do know that knees just caved in the clavicle of Mike Bishop, and it looks like Caesar Anderson taking a little bit,
a double one.
taking a little bit too much time on that second one. Mike Bishop capitalizing.
I don't think Anderson reads Hemingway like you do.
But maybe if he did, he would know. Right.
Right at the knee. Come over the knee and tombstone.
I do not know about Hemingway, but I do know about the grapes of wrath, and that is a 3 count. To be or not to be is a 1, 2, 3, and a victory for Mike Bishop.
And then, of course, a great effort from Caesar Anderson at the same time. Gotta give props to that guy.
Yeah, well, Mike Bishop and Caesar Anderson did great.
Oh, wait, hold on. Get like the ring.
Hey, Blackheart jumping Mike Bishop.
Are you kidding me? I told you earlier about that stuff. We don't do that here at EBW. We don't bring chaos. We bring order. Wayne Blackheart. And with that, you are fined $350.
mental void.
Well, surprised of your integrity, boys. Wayne Blackheart has been getting bullied by the man in here. I'm glad to see him getting a little bit of backbone.
We're gonna have to pay KG rent money.
Well, I hope Mike Bishop's okay, but Reverend Dark is Jason Way's partner against
go.
Red Davis and Scotty Sexton.
And man, that is a killer partner for Jason Way.
If you guys say so. I'm saying, like, look, I felt sorry for Jason, you know, after losing such a mentor like Red Davis, and you know, it's not a failure on Red Davis's part when it's Jason Way's fault, but still, you're talking about Red Davis who got Scotty Sexton, and then Reverend Dark is who Jason got.
I mean, Reverend Dark. I mean, I think about the trilogy that he had with Max RX and just how much of a killer he was. By the end of that trilogy, I was just sold on.
Well, Reverend Dark is just what Jason Way needs. He is a technical wizard. He'll bring you down to the mat. He might even make Red Davis tap out here.
Yeah, and then there's the personal aspect of everything too.
You're talking about a trilogy. I'll tell you about a trilogy that I saw. That was a trilogy of a match with Red Davis and Prince Pretty, where Red Davis ultimately came out the EBW men's undisputed world champion if it wasn't for one cheating betting game.
And all it had to do was destroy a family.
And you know what? I respect any man that's willing to do whatever it takes to get to the ultimate. I've said this before about the tag titles, and it's the ultimate pinnacle and the greatest honor in wrestling, that EBW men's class. And we're getting
and here comes Reverend Dark showing why he's an asset to this team. Sling Blade!
Sling Blade. What you gotta say about that, Charlie J?
I say that he's doing a little bit too much, too fast, gonna tire himself out.
And look at Red Davis getting into his corner, tagging in Scotty Sexton.
It's about to show exactly
why he's a scaredy cat.
No, because there's no Sexton.
Kick to the gut. Oh, and kicked his feet out. And this is why Reverend Dark is so dangerous.
And that is so smart on Scotty Sexton to let Reverend gas himself out so that he can just take over. You know, because that's what Scotty Sexton is. Tough. You think you think that means anything?
I mean, it's all just moves in war, right? You know? That's a good corner. Sometimes take some casualties.
Come on. Ref. 1, 2, 3,
this
4,
is good teamwork.
5. That's disqualification.
I thought it was cool when the other guys were doing it earlier.
And you cannot sleep. Oh, beautiful sidewalk.
I'm sure the ref was counting.
You cannot sleep on the personal nature of this match. Jason has a lot to gain by putting away Red Davis in this context.
And just to say that, Jason Wade walks right over to Red Davis, and Red Davis cowering away again.
I mean, screwed over Jason multiple times.
And even when he's not a part of Red's Way, he's still being a mentor, reminding him to focus on the ring and not on something that's his.
And look, check
when
this
he's
out.
tagged in, you focus on Red. For now, your eye is the prize, and that's Scotty Sexton.
I'm gonna make Charlie J go off right now, but Jason Way was the true winner of the Battle Zone last year.
The time when that would set me off, but what I learned is that only fools fight a fool's fight. So you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not going to change your mind because it's not smart enough to. And if you want to believe the conspiracies that he's the rightful winner, then maybe he'd be champion right now. Unlike Red Davis, who was champion until, like I said earlier, a cheating Betty
champion right now because of the actions of Red Davis, and that's why. I mean, whether you think it's right or not, if you were Jason Way yourself, Charlie J, you'd be pretty upset and you'd want to get some blood, wouldn't you?
No, let me tell you the actions of Red Davis and Icy, and that is this man right here, Scotty Sexton, who's proven how tough he is.
Who's acting like a tennis ball right now. Beautiful knee to the chin.
Proven his toughness.
Oh man, that was almost it.
Scotty Sexton was blacklisted by this company because of his association with the Hitman, and it was for a Red Davis to bring him in because he sees something in him.
Yes, he was facilitating the assaults of children.
And you know what? This company hired the Hitman who hired him, and the Hitman has not faced the same level of repercussions.
Yeah,
so I am glad to see Scotty Sexton, and right there you see Red Davis showing his mentorship.
Other than the beating that he received from Prince Pretty, I will agree that the Hitman did not get everything he deserved.
Look at this right here. He is.
Man, just like Red Davis, another man who likes to tear apart families.
And Red Davis right there.
way.
Let me tell you what he's doing right there. He's making a family, bringing another person into the collective of Red's way. One day, when he proves himself, because Scotty Sexton deserves to be in this ring. Red sees it, and soon everybody else will see it. And right here, you see this right here. Vintage Red Davis working every limb.
Revan Dark also deserves to be in this matchup, in this ring right now with these guys. But he needs to just stop this momentum of Red Davis.
Well, I will say this: Revan Dark impresses me every single time I see him. He definitely is great with those big spots. A lot of impact on a lot of his moves. Those double foot stomps are no joke.
And you know what? Everybody's been telling me I have to be a little bit nicer, so let me go ahead and do that. I want to actually give credit to Jason Wade for being smart and listening to me in some degree, even though it's not paying off, and that's getting Revan Dark, and we're talking about murder.
2 count on that.
If I was referee Vince, I'd be checking on Revan Dark after that. He just spiked him on top of his head.
And I will say, like I said, I'll give credit to Jason Wade for getting Revan Dark and starting murder, understanding that if Red's gonna bring his, you bring yours. There's nothing wrong with that, but play a smart battlefield. And Jason's listening to me.
Letting his emotions, get the best of him there.
That's not enough to stop Red Davis with a vintage
draping DDT.
Not only that, but they brought the Asp of Eden, Donovan Bishop here on the outside. Maybe he'll knock out Big Red.
The Asp of Eden, which I don't know much about Donovan Bishop, but I doubt that he's anything compared to the mind, the intellect, what is one Big Red, who has been here orchestrating some great moves for the Reds' way. Like I said, bringing in Scotty Sexton and allowing Scotty to, the genius of Red and is that he teaches Scotty firsthand. He let him take some of those moves so that way, like I said, gas out somebody like Revan Dark. And Scotty needs that assistance, He needs to get to know what it's like to get the worst so that he can only be his best.
Yeah,
and Red Davis is showing him exactly how to do that with those vicious elbows to the face.
Yeah, you want to teach a kid how to swim and throw him in the middle of a whirlpool. Look, if Donovan doesn't want to knock out Big Red, I'll take a shot. I would
pay to see that, Barry.
Let's go. Let's book it.
Let's book it. It'll be Big Red and Red Davis versus Henry Atlas.
Whoa, I didn't say nothing about a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Throwing Big Time Rod in there, too.
Just throwing everybody.
And you see the intellect right there of Scotty Sexton stopping Jason Wade.
I don't think
from
that's less intelligence and more just fight or flight. And he chose flight. He blew.
He's been a coward this entire time.
Well, you can call him a coward, but that cowardice is turned into cunningness as we have Red Davis just decimating.
Using that distraction to blindside Revan Dark over here.
I don't get
it. Bitch. Oh, man.
You see distraction. What is that word? I see strategy. I see intellect. I see a man getting thrown through a table right there. That back must be reeling is what I see.
I see a packed house.
Oh, yeah. La Esquina is going off tonight with some EBW.
Red Davis restarted the count right before that so you can get Revan Dark in the ring. He is not done with him at
Revan
all.
Dark is in trouble right now. He really needs his tag team partner. And here comes Scotty Sexton.
Coming in.
Oh, no, I don't like the tandem offense here.
Slam.
What's Scotty doing?
Elbow drop.
What Scotty's doing is taking advantage of the success that Red Davis set up for him.
Nasty offense from these two.
That combo would take out Andre the Giant.
You see how able to kick out. And Red Davis being so selfless that he wants Scotty Sexton to get the win on his return here. Sexton has been out of action for quite a while, like I said. Oh, throwing. Revan Dark right to the corner talking about having to do more. It looks like driving those shoulders deep is going to do just that. What did you say there, Mr. Atlas?
I mean, he's pouring it on right now. Revan Dark is in a lot of trouble, and he's in enemy territory. Look at
waters, and he's got
Scotty
all around him.
Scotty running the distraction on the referee, so that way Red Davis can get some cheap shots on Revan Dark.
I love it. I love it. I love to see Red Davis teaching the new generation what it takes to win. And winners win, right? You call people that are okay with losing.
What a headbutt from Scotty. Scotty Sexton with a nasty headbutt to Revan Dark.
Yes, he is. And there you go, working the neck.
And of course now, little Red hanging around the Reds again. After his brother
Honor
dropped him on his head.
I love the honor that he's
He's a better
showing.
mentor, I gotta say.
I see honor. He broke it up before the 5. He knows he has 5. He's using all the rules to his advantage.
Oh, there's no honor.
Watch out, Jason.
A man in the face.
Jason, no, you don't want to get Jason going. This is a very
There's a tag
personal
for Red
contest for
Davis.
Jason. It's way too personal to start getting Jason all worked up. Oh, kick to the face from
Big knee.
Gnarly.
Red Davis is not playing around with Revan Dark.
Rushing in the teeth of Revan Dark. Going
Oh,
for
come
it
on.
now.
There you
Come on, you're
go.
gonna need to actually hook a leg if you want to get a victory over Revan Dark.
That's true, but that was a close count.
Can't get cocky though. I mean, well, imagine if he would have hooked the leg, it could have been it. He may not have had to actually fight
But he
Jason
wouldn't
tonight.
have had a chance to give Scotty Sexton some more in-ring time that he's desperately needed. Showcasing that with a beautiful
Stood
suplex.
all the way up with that Scotty Sexton with authority.
Beautiful. Now he needs to do more of that and less running around trying to get the advantage all sneaky like.
Yeah, do the effective stuff that's gonna win you the match.
It's easy for y'all to say don't do the things that got you to the point of victory after the fact, isn't it?
Well, I mean, they haven't won yet. Back and forth, here we
Firing
go.
back.
You don't want to get in a striking contest with Revan Dark. Oh! Might have just broken both his ankles.
Yeah, with that modified sling blade driving that back to the ground and a 2 count.
Oh, it's not enough to keep down Scotty Sexton.
I really thought it would be.
And look at Red Davis dragging Scotty Sexton to his corner.
And he's gonna cut off that tag again. He desperately needs that tag.
Yeah, and you can
Red
hate
Davis
this. You
just-
cannot like it, but it's smart strategy.
Absolutely it is, because if Jason Way had learned more from Red before,
But this is bad strategy.
maybe he would have pulled Revan in for that tag.
But this is bad strategy, getting into a striking contest with Red Davis. I mean, not Red Davis, with Revan Dark.
No, you said it
Revan
right the
Dark
first
is
time.
such a lethal striker.
You said it right the first time. And then he showcased it
Okay,
why with a beautiful
chin.
kick.
And watch out, Revan Dark gonna try to get ahead of steam, but oh! Double clothesline, both men down.
Any of
This-
these hits could knock out the modern man.
And this is exactly what you want if you're Revan Dark. You need that separation, you need that space to try to get to your partner.
Well, Revan Dark is in deep water swimming with sharks. He needs to get that tag in right now.
And Jason Way's just chomping at the bit. He's at the end of his chain. He's trying to get loose. Is he gonna break out?
Yes, he does. Double tag there.
And here comes Jason Way! Jason is out for blood! Jason wants revenge! And will he get it tonight?
Jason is feeling it in the air. That Michinoku driver.
Michinoku driver, he got all of it, but just was not enough to get down Sexton.
Kick from Red Davis to the dome piece of Jason Way.
And of course, he doesn't want to get into just a regular fair fight with Jason. Had to blindside him with that kick. Now he wants to get in the ring. That Jason Way was distracted.
Yeah. Red Wave being a coward per usual.
There we go with the beautiful stereo tandem attacks on them.
Oh, watch out, Revan Dark with that reversal. Oh, and pulling referee Vince in the way, of course. But Revan Dark not letting it throw him off.
You see that knee just hit him right in the chin right there.
And now, oh no! I think that's Red Davis's uncle or something. And he just put him in the way.
We have to check on him because that was a lot of Jason on that poor young man.
Oh, right into the post, Revan Dark, showing why you should fear him.
And of course, Revan doesn't want this to be a fair fight.
Jason's got him! He's got him! There's only one way to hell! And it's this way! No! And that's gotta be it! Boy, no. Jason Way, he's got something else in mind.
Tagging in Revan Dark.
Revan Dark over the top!
Stop to the back of the head.
Come on, Scotty.
That's
break out.
concussion city!
Break out, Scotty.
Oh,
And Jason Way making sure Red Davis couldn't break it up. Murder wins!
Red Davis powering up
when he finally uses Red's teachings, right? Red's way was about family, and at least Jason is taking advantage of that, and as you can see, letting Revan Dark take the victory. So good on you, Jason. I'll give you credit for taking a little bit of a Red touch to the heart.
And I would say he's carving out his own path and making his own way here in EBW.